Hey, and welcome to the Life Switch Show. I'm Adam Kowalik, and I'm the host of this show. Now, today is a very special episode. It's an episode where, I want to highlight the fact that this is the Life Switch Show, and this is not necessarily the only thing I get to do or the team that I work with to run this show get to work with. Actually, we are also working on putting together an amazing summit, a virtual online free summit. And that's actually what I wanted to come on to talk about today. And before I do, I kind of want to say, thank you all for joining live, catching this, and doing this every week after week after week. And if you are here catching it live, please make yourself known. Let me know where you are, what's up, what's going on. I always love seeing, the familiar faces, the friendly faces of the show. And thank you for last week. We had a special episode. We were celebrating the 20th episode of the Life Switch Show, where my partner Andrea came on and we did like a turn of the tables or reverse the tables. And basically, and Andrea got to interview me. So I became the guest of that show. So that was a really interesting one. I really enjoyed being able to share some of maybe my background and the purpose and reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing, and even why the Life Switch Show exists and how it came about, basically. So thank you for catching that one. Thank you for making it such a really powerful episode last week. Now, I do want to mention again that today I'm going to make this slightly shorter. And the reason for that is because we are busy prepping the big summit that is happening next week. It's next week. So that is on the 8th, 9th, and 10th of June. That's when we're kicking off this summit. The summit is called Authentic Business Building and Marketing Summit. And it's something that I've been really, really looking forward to present to you. It is based on the whole idea of me building a business in the way that I've always felt was natural to me, about authenticity. Now, authenticity to me is really about staying true to yourself. And you know that if you've been watching this show quite a bit, you know that we often go back to that, like, who are you? Why are you doing the things you're doing? All those things, right? Because that plays a huge role in how you do what you do, why you do what you do, and even, your motivation around that. So authenticity in business and marketing for me is really such a powerful concept because it allows us to, according to me, it allows us to be effortless. It will feel more natural, more inviting. It will feel easier because it's part of what you're open to. It's part of who you are. It is your superpowers, if you want to say that. So that's why I kind of chose this topic of the Authentic Business Building and Marketing Summit. And the reason why I decided to put this together is, if you've been following me for a while, I've been doing a lot of this business coaching. And my clients, we've built their businesses, we've launched their brands, and sometimes we get into that position of like, how do we grow from here? Now, there are things that I bring to the table, which I've already kind of said are very much centered around my authenticity. And I was thinking, sometimes we would need someone else's opinion, someone else's experience, and have them to maybe push us in a certain direction. So I thought, I've invested in so many different coaching programs. I've worked with brilliant people. I know amazing people. Why not reach out to them, ask them if they would like to come on and just share their knowledge? And what then happened to become was the summit, the ABBM Summit, Authentic Building, Business Building and Marketing Summit, where I get to have these 13 experts come on and start sharing their experiences, their knowledge, their skills. This summit is, it's designed to help you get laser clear on who you are as a brand and how to not just reach more customers, but also how to turn them into loyal and raving fans. Now, I created the summit, but it's nothing without my experts and my team, Cruise Creative Media, that are running this show, but also will be running the summit. Now, the really cool thing about the summit is that more than half of all the sessions are live. Live. So when you tune in, you're going to be interacting with me and my guests and experts live. So when you leave a comment, people are going to see that. We're going to be able to pull your questions in. We're going to be able to interact with what you're sending through as your feedback. And throughout those 3 days, because it's only 3 days, throughout those 3 days, I'm also doing this workshop. Every single day, I'm hosting a workshop that is absolutely designed to help you go from basically zero to hero when it comes to building and growing your business and brand. So, and that's why I needed to bring in some professionals. I needed to bring in a team that can handle the live streaming piece of this and the whole, studio building and everything. And that's why, obviously, I called my friends, Cruise Creative Media, that are running this show. Now, I'm a business mindset coach. So you might be going like, okay, so Adam's doing this summit. He's a business mindset coach. How does that even go together? And I want to say that I think business and mindset is such an integral part when it comes to running a business. I mean, I have this understanding or this belief that a business can only serve you to the matching level of your own personal development. Think about that. Your business can only serve you to the matching level of your own personal growth or development. What I mean by that is, if you haven't really expanded yourself, if you haven't really upgraded the OS that you are, you can have the most amazing business. You can have the most amazing money flow or cash flow coming through the doors, right? You can have clients, amazing opportunities. But unless you're working on you, you might not be able to enjoy it. And you having a really low moment in your life, which we might all go through, you having that without necessarily working on that and making progress towards a higher state of being, most likely that will also affect your business. And I think you can agree. Anyone who's tuning into this, running their own business, you know this. This is such a huge thing. So running a business is, I think it's simply one of the best ways to, you can experience personal growth. Plus, you can self-express, meaning you get to be more who you are. And I just happen to believe that is such a powerful way to achieve fulfillment. So when we run a business, my experience from running it myself and helping other people do the same thing is that we get to have this amazing personal growth journey and we get to express ourselves. And when we do this from a place of service, it just becomes one of the biggest vehicles for contribution and giving back. That's why business mindset works together. That's why I'm doing this. It's my way of making an impact in the world. Okay, I think I've said enough about the summit. Let's see. Let's just summarize this. It's on the 8th, which is Tuesday next week, 8th, 9th, and 10th of June. It's happening live. All the sessions are being recorded and you will have access to them for only 24 hours. So there's a way for you to catch a replay. If you can't catch them live, you can watch them for at least 24 hours. Then they're gone. They're locked into the vault and you can't actually access them. Now, there is a caveat. There is one more chance you can access them, and it is by upgrading and buying an all access pass. If you do that, you will also have access to those sessions for life. You can go back to them, you can go through the training, you can make sure to implement every single piece of advice that has been shared. Now, besides the massive vault of videos that you will have access to, you will also have access to very specific bonuses given by the speakers themselves, giving you discounts and certain courses and PDFs and guides that they're only making available for people who upgrade to the all access pass. So that's another thing. This is something that we've actually valued to be somewhere above $1,500 in worth, just money worth, once you upgrade. Plus, if you do upgrade as well, we're doing this 7-day conscious business meditation audio, which is something that's really, really cool. Like, I've designed that to help any one of us entrepreneurs that are looking to be grounded, looking to make more conscious and powerful decisions. And through this 7-day guiding audio tape, or tape, that sounds like I'm from the 80s, which I am, so that's okay. This audio track that you will have access to will help you do that. You go through these 7 days and you get to anchor in, the purpose behind your business, what it is that you're trying to do, and how to set the intention going forward. Right. You can sign up. You can do so by visiting authenticbusinesssummit.com. That way you can sign up for free, grab your own free ticket, which is absolutely free of cost, and make sure that you also share this with anyone else that might be interested in this. This is super helpful. Now, once you sign up, you will be offered a way to upgrade again at a very special price if you act fast. Next time, if you do decide to upgrade, it's going to be at a different price point. So I think that is everything about the summit for now. I want to go into the speakers because they're really the ones who are making this summit awesome. And so for the first person coming on, or at least for me to present, is Ian Brody. And, we're going to be talking about like how marketing might have lost its way. And I can't really tell you more because, it's going to be live. I can't really know where he's going to go. But all I know is he's one of the most knowledgeable people in the industry of online marketing. And I do look forward to getting to know Ian much, much more in depth during this call or that conversation. He's going to be sharing some top tips on how to get a handle on effective marketing. And there is going to be a Q&A. So if you're catching that live, you then have the chance towards the end to get your questions answered. Right. And the next speaker I wanted to introduce is Anjanita Prevost. So Anjanita is such a lovely person that I gotten to connect with and being part of her network these days. She's going to be coming on and talking about building a business on social capital, which one can argue is the real currency of your business. Now, this is definitely something I find super exciting because the social capital in this, it means basically through your network, you're able to then leverage that capital into a way where you can grow a business, you can create partnerships, you can make such a huge impact in the industry that you're trying to grow in. Right, the next speaker to introduce, Sarah Santa Cruz, and she's from Switzerland. She's lived in California. She's just a globetrotter in ways, and she would herself call herself a hippie, or at least she's got hippie parents. Now, this is a true story. She is going to be talking about building a strong business and on heart-centered values and gentleness. And again, it's going to be a live Q&A. Guys, you can come on and you can get your questions answered. Sarah is such a powerful person as well. Like, I recently read her book. I know she's writing her second book. It's on, I can't really tell you the title yet because I'm not sure she knows, but it's something about gentle selling or authentic selling. So it's definitely about how to be more impactful when we're having those sales conversations or that mindset around sales. Now, what Sarah's going to be talking about is really where we're coming from the start of marketing. And this is definitely not a session you want to miss out on. Right, over to the next one is Deborah Luzzi. And she's going to be talking about 3 hidden secrets to tap into your authenticity. And boy, do I look forward to this conversation. When I had this first conversation with Deborah, I was just blown away. Like, this woman, she is a magician when it comes to using her words or your words to tap into your authenticity. She has this superpower of really finding words and extracting words from you that are so authentically connected with who you are that they actually get heard by the reader or the listener or your potential clients. So that's something that she's going to be sharing more about on that session. I even believe that she's going to do a guided kind of meditation for us to really tap into this. That's a cliffhanger. Let's see if we get into that. Next up, Jackie Johnson, talking about the importance of knowing your why when building a business and how to find it. Now, you know, most of you, if you followed me for a while, I just love knowing the why. I love having the purpose in everything we do. And Jackie is going to share that. She's going to share her own personal story that got her to where she is based on that why and purpose. And this is such an integral part to starting out a business. Great. Next one up is Mary Henderson. Mary Henderson was such a powerful person to have on to this summit as well. From Australia, she's got loads of experience in the online world, building businesses, growing businesses, consulting, all kinds of things. And she's going to be talking about how you can't build your personal brand, you can only define it. And trust me when I say this, that title is not making justice for what we're actually going to be talking about. Like what Mary's bringing to that session is way, way, way more. So again, if personal branding has been on your mind for a while, this is the session you want to have a look at. Because when it comes to standing out, when it comes to cutting through the noise, which Mary says, like if you're unable to cut through the noise, you only have a message that is just more clutter, more noise out there. So she talks about how you can conceptualize it, how you can monetize it, how you can basically package it in a way where people actually will hear the message. Great. Now, next person up is Jason Liu. And this is a guy that definitely hanging out with him really felt me I felt super comfortable. He's such a nice guy, calm, down to earth, but super brilliant. Jason is going to talk about your ideal client and how that is your path to business success. Now, my feeling is we're going to go into way more things than that. This is kind of where Jason will probably start this conversation. But based on who Jason is and what he's built for himself, I know that he has so many different things that he can bring to this conversation, making it super valuable for anyone. This is a guy who is an expert in high ticket selling, in coaching and consulting, helping people build courses, online packages for people, they're selling for massive amounts of money and making massive results or outcomes in people's lives. And that's what I like about Jason, how in some ways he slows things down. He doesn't necessarily go the route of being a massive broadcaster, but he really slows things down, focus on one person at a time, which is again why the ideal client perspective is such an important one, understanding how you really connect with people. Right, catch that one. So we've got Tina Forsyth, a personal hero of mine. Tina Forsyth is the founder of the online business management community, and which is one of the certifications that I've gone through, me helping businesses grow from that perspective. And I went through that program years ago, and I've been in Tina's community ever since. So for me, when it came to talking to anyone about building and marketing a profitable business, to me, Tina is definitely a person that I want to have on that summit. So Tina is coming on talking about hiring to keep yourself in your zone of genius and the zone of authenticity. Because depending on if you've perhaps been in business for a while, you might know how sometimes all of those tasks, all of those to-dos can stack up in such a way that you don't have time to spend being authentic or in your zone of genius. Now, zone of genius is basically your superpower. You're going to be hearing those terms quite often throughout the summit. So that's something you do want to catch. Good. And we have John Doherty, such a lovely man that I had the opportunity to connect with before this summit. He's talking about why you should align your marketing hiring with your company culture. Now, again, this is a session that goes way beyond this title. It gives us a starting off point. But trust me, when John comes on and shares his own personal story and experience with working in a business or working for a business that wasn't aligned with his purpose, his why, how that kind of influenced him in not necessarily the best way, and why he then used that to then create a Credo, his own brand, his own company that he has grown into several more people, and are now helping other people hire their marketing team. So that's a session you do want to catch, because the conversation about balance in running a business and achieving what you want to achieve, I think, is such an important one. Good. So for my next speaker is Kiki Ulisimeka, and Kiki is really a force of nature. Like, she is an influencer expert, and being in her orbit, you can't help but being influenced. She's amazing that way. So Kiki is going to be talking about why you should align your marketing. Oh, hang on, that's that's not the right title. Kiki is talking basically about how influence is such an important thing when it comes to building a business where people are, seeing you as an authority. So don't worry, on the website you can see all of these things, so don't worry about that. Next up is Jake. Jake Kelfer, my coach. He talks about elevating your business through the power of connection. This guy is such a powerhouse. Like, his energy levels they're just through the roof. Amazing. And this guy is going to be talking about the power of connection, how you can build a business, how you can market yourself through basically connecting with people, and doing so in such a authentic way, and not letting things slip through the cracks here. Again, it's a live conversation. There will be some Q&As at the end of that, so you're going to be able to ask a lot of questions to Jake if you want to. You do not want to miss this one. I think this could be super powerful for you, for anyone. And finally, we also have Jason Goldberg, my former business coach. He's talking about, he's got the smallest title, but this is probably the guy that's going to be talking the most. I mean, Jason and Jake are probably going to be competing in terms of how many words they can cram through the 60, 75 minutes or so that we have together. But I find it funny. Jason is talking about how to competition-proof your business. But it's going to be way more than that. Right now, I'm telling you, it's going to be way more. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's right. We've also got Jan, of course. Jan is talking about the power of authenticity and organizing virtual summits that can help you build your business. Now, Jan is such an expert on this. Like, the formula that he's created with his brand, his company, is very much the same thing that I've used as I was putting this summit together. And again, it might be a topic about how to use summits to grow your business, but the authenticity piece in that conversation is definitely something you want to hear, because it is such an important message that really, listening to Jan, talking to Jan about this, it just really made me feel really connected to him. So yeah, there you go. That's all our speakers. And I mean, there are 13 people plus me, so there are actually 14 people coming on. So I'm doing the 3 workshops once every day. Plus there is a kickoff. There's a kickoff day on Monday, the 7th. And there's a wind down day on, here we go. I actually have these workshops as well. Cool. Again, workshop on, there's a kickoff on Monday, a small one. Information will be sent on email when you sign up. Also, you can see all of these times and stuff on the website, authenticbusinesssummit.com. The first one is about extracting your 3 brand pillars and getting really clear on who you are as a brand. The second workshop will be about the patterns and themes that we could see from that extraction. And we start to look at what the results and the outcomes that you can create for your clients. Super important, because people don't pay for programs, they pay for outcomes. Workshop number 3, we're going to be packaging and conceptualize, possibly even pricing, and looking at the future strategy of that packaging. This is the time when you want to get more clear about how to, again, package and get heard and have people understand what it is that you do. Great. Final number 4, or the kickdown, wind down party. We're going to be going in deeper into how to put it all together And also, I'm going to open the floor up for anyone who might have some questions still not answered through the other workshops or through the sessions with the speakers. That way, you can bring them to that final workshop and perhaps get some really intimate help on that. Good. That's it. Right. I know that we had Sarah Jones joining live here. So hi, Sarah. Thank you for showing up. Yeah, it's going to be an amazing event for sure. If nothing else, I mean, the people who've already signed up, I've had conversations with them back and forth. How do you ask? Well, I happen to send to almost anyone and everyone who signs up a private message, a personal video greeting, and that way they can reply back. Some of them do that with video, some will do that by text, but we have conversations. I'm already getting really energized about the connections I'm making with people who are just going to join for free. Plus, the speakers joining. This is such a powerful speaker lineup. Like, there is a really funny thing about this, like that I'm noticing, is that all of my speakers, they are also very humorous people. Like, if you knew them, you know they got a great sense of humor. Like, that was something I started noticing when I was putting all this together. Like, why is it? Why is it that I'm attracted to them? And I realized it's the humor. It's the fact that they have such funny attitude. So, the content, the skills, the knowledge, the wisdom they're sharing is massively valuable. And it's also going to be a good time because, as I said, they all got that sense of humor. Right. Okay. I'm not going to make this longer than it needs to be. Obviously, we're at the end of this. Go to authenticbusinesssummit.com, grab your free ticket there. That way you're signed up and you can start going on the kickoff and the actual event days and the final wind out. That's going to be like a 5-day event if you look at it from that perspective. And you're going to walk away with so much value. Great. If nothing else, again, that page, you can reach back out to me. You can ask me any questions you might have around this. I'm more than willing to share that. If you go onto LinkedIn, there is an actual event for this whole summit, events page for this whole summit, which you can join and join into the conversation there if you want to. And if nothing else, next week, obviously, the summit is happening on the date and time of this show. So next week, there is no live switch show. We're picking things back up the week after. The same place, the same time, the same everything. But next week, it's all about the virtual summit. Right, I think that's it. Agata, we'll say bye and you take it away. Right, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the summit.